I wasn't done yet. I would like to invite you to please be seated for a moment. I was taught not to be a quiet Jew for my whole life. Eternal God, Holy One of blessing, source of compassion and justice, we gather today in this sacred moment to honor and remember, to honor the memories of 6 million Jewish souls and the countless other lives stolen by the horrors of the Holocaust because of hatred and fear and the inability of people to embrace the dignity of difference. We honor the survivors who carry and continue to carry the weight of that memory and graciously share that pain with us that they bore witness to, so that we might learn and never forget. And we honor the liberators, those individuals who bore witness to humanity's darkest hour and restored hope to its victims. Their courage reminds us that even in the face of unimaginable turmoil, death, destruction, and evil, that the light of righteousness can prevail. Today, as we reflect on this sacred memory, we recognize that history's lessons demand not only reflection, but action. In our time, we are witnessing a resurgence of hate, of anti-Semitism, of prejudice, of discrimination. Our country, which has served so often as a beacon of hope to those suffering around the world, is now, as of this week, refusing aid of any kind to refugees. If you didn't know that, look up HIAS's website. And I have to ask the question in front of this group, if the Holocaust happened and ended yesterday, would the same Jews who are let in this country be let in today? Because the doors to all refugees were closed this week. Members of my community, the Jewish community, have seen an incredible rise in anti-Semitism. My friends, my neighbors, my colleagues who are members of the LGBTQ+ community are terrified right now, not only because of the executive order also signed into this week about gender and sex, but also because when we talk about education and the censoring of things where we need to learn about and legitimize the experience of suffering of other people, books are being taken out of libraries, and our children are not being taught the full spectrum of experience in this country. These are just a few examples of the attacks on human rights and human lives which echo a dangerous refrain, one which we must not allow to grow louder. Rabbi Jonathan Sacks of blessed memory spoke often and wrote a book about the dignity of difference. In it, he asked the question, what is anti-Semitism? And with all due respect to all of the other definitions of anti-Semitism, I'm going to respect the one written by one of the most prominent rabbis of the last century, when he said, anti-Semitism is not only anti-Jewish hatred, but is more broadly the collection of the dislike of the unlike. Anti-Semitism, he argued, was the fear and hatred of people because they are different. Rabbi Sacks taught that God's creation of human diversity was indeed a reflection of divine unity. And he argued that it was our imperative as Jews to continue to insist on being different in order to ensure and to teach the world about the dignity of difference. As Jews, our calling is not to erase difference, but to celebrate it, to protect it, and to honor the image of God in all people, in the diversity of human experience of humanity. Holy One of blessing, give us that strength to be upstanders in the face of injustice. When refugees are being turned away, may we open our doors. When members of the LGBT community and individuals are targeted, may we shield them with love. When immigrants are cast aside, may we embrace them as the Torah commands us to do 37 times, to love the stranger in your midst as you love yourself. And when anti-Semitism and bigotry arise, may we confront them boldly, armed with truth and righteousness. As we conclude this program, may the memory of those we honor today guide our steps. May we transform remembrance into resolve, and may we work tirelessly to create a world where love triumphs over hate, where justice overcomes the fear that so many people have of difference, and every person is able to truly find shalom, a sense of wholeness in the dignity of who they are. Amen.